We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the LA Chargers. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. On first down, Justin Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. In there to drop it for the loss, linebacker Nakobe Dean, an outstanding play.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now it's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Gerald Everett, 44 yards. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. after the Dicker field goal. He's back out, ready to send it away. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 21, here's 2nd down and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Hurts. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. On 1st down, Hurts. That's to the speedster Olamide Zaccheaus. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Play action. Here's Hurts. Now he steps away. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Swift. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here's Hurts to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Olamide Zaccheaus from 10 yards out. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the 1st down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a 1st down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out?
Taking it right down Broadway. Austin Eckler. Touchdown, LA. Austin Eckler, 68 yards. And the Chargers are able to move back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Throwing is Hurts. That's caught by the... And now the ball's out. Fumbled near midfield. And picked up by the Chargers. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First down, and they stick with Eckler. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, They go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Josh Palmer, 31 yards. And the Chargers are able to stretch out their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Once again, it's Swift. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Swift going to try up the middle. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They go play action with Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Rolling to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Swift will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they could potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground, but he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Herbert on first down now. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Herbert now. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. This short throw caught by Goddard, and unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown! Gerald Everett. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now After the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Through the middle of the field. Room here to run. And all the way up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. Pulling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Oh, they're changing this at the line. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Boston Scott, his first carry. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This will be caught just inside the 10. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to the running game with Swift. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. The Eagles on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2. Hurts will throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
In motion right comes Allen. Running on first down, Eckler. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 129 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
Here's Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back.